I have never loved like that before, and I have never been loved like that. It's an incredible miracle to suddenly discover who you really are. I had been asleep, then I was awakened, and I suddenly
We
wanted
can
to
create
leave.
miracles ourselves.
Within 1 year, we can work this miracle for all people.
As they say, everyone wants to dress warmer, to live more comfortably, and to eat tastier food.
It will be the best gift in their lives. It will make all their dreams come true.
Здравствуйте, дорогие друзья!
Greetings, dear friends. Hello, Diana.
Greetings.
Friends, what do you think we would like to talk about on the eve of New Year and Christmas holidays? Of course, about something good, pleasant, and joyful for everyone.
В канун новогодних праздников все люди
Well,
ждут.
on the eve of New Year holidays, everyone is waiting for some miracle.
И это
And everyone
представляет
Everyone
по-своему.
imagines this miracle in a different way. Someone is waiting perhaps for some meeting that will change their life. Someone dreams of moving to another country, hoping that their life will be better. Someone may dream of a new house or a new car. Every year, millions of people dream of the end of war in their country. Millions of people dream of restoring their health. There are a lot of people, millions of people, who dream of having at least some home and some food. But anyway, on New Year's Eve, people start having hopes and dreams that some miracle will happen and their life will change for the better.
И я, как любой человек,
As for me, just like any other person, for many years I've been dreaming of a miracle on New Year's Eve. And I also didn't know what kind of miracle that was. But for me, it has always been the most important thing in life to discover, to know, to find out what true love is. So for me, a miracle is associated with true love. Probably like most people, there was love in my life, love for my husband, love for my children, love for my parents. But in each of these loves, there are so many questions. And I remember that one day I just begged, Lord, please help me to discover what true love is. I am so confused. And so, 10 years ago, a miracle came into my life. I was presented the books by Anastasia Novak. They were the first 2 books of the series Sensei of the Shambhala. The rest I bought it myself. As for the book Allatra, I was already running to the store to buy it. I don't know if you've ever waited to meet, I don't know, the nearest and dearest person. I don't know whether this will describe what I felt when I started reading these books. It was so weird. You read a book and you understand that I've never loved like that before, and I've never been loved like that. Or when you say, looking for something in your life, something very important, but you fail to find it, you don't even understand always what it is. But when I held these books in my hands, I knew for sure, that's it. I have found it. I don't need to look anymore. And you know what I found? I found myself. I found myself, and I found God. And this is not separate. And I found true love, God's love. This is the miracle. It's an incredible miracle to suddenly find out who you really are, your true self. When you discover this, it turns out your whole life upside down. Just let's take such a little point. Every person imagines that he will live, let's say, 60 or 70 years. He plans something well, and finally. But can you imagine finding out that there is an eternity ahead of you? That true human life is an eternity if you choose it, if you want it. But each of us can choose it. And my true human potential is exactly to gain this life, this kind of life. Can you imagine that in general, this is a commeasurable contrast, 70 or 60 years, I don't know, let's say 80 years old, and eternity? Planning? Well, I cannot even imagine planning that you will feel something living in yourself. So actually the one who used to plan my existence for 60 or 70 years, he will stay here. He will not go into eternity. Isn't that interesting? There is so much I would like to tell you about how it is and what you start to feel when you discover who you really are, who you are as a human and why you're here. And there is also another miracle, which, to be honest, I couldn't even imagine it. Every one of us, let's say we have 7 billion believers, and in every spiritual tradition, let's say, there is some kind of various understanding of communion with God. Mostly it is prayer. People turn to God with prayers, they ask Him for something. And for most believers, this communion with God ends on that. And the majority of people whom I used to talk to, they don't even have an idea what it means to communicate with God. They cannot imagine this alive, living language, this living communication. And that is the real miracle. To feel a response from the spiritual world. Following the books, there appeared videos with the participation of Igor Mikhailovich Danilov. And you know, true miracle, genuine miracle, it is striking because once it enters your life, it never ends, it just never stops. In general, it depends on the person. But you know, it increases, it grows day by day, and it becomes bigger and bigger, and everything turns into a miracle. It is such a huge world that has opened up, a world of incredible knowledge about everything, which it was opened up thanks to videos with Igor Mikhailovich, a world of feelings, a world of true, inner, deep knowledge. I don't know, it seemed to me that I was awakened and I suddenly wanted to leave. I guess this is so. And I really, really want to leave. I cannot express it to you what it means when you just go to sleep and want to wake up, and again you want it to be going on endlessly. I just wanted to invite you, friends, to this world. Discover it for yourselves. Discover who you really are. For already 10 years, I've been having such a happy opportunity to observe people who truly live by the love of God. I haven't seen people more beautiful than those. And when I understand, well, I have no idea what potential is in every person, but I can see when it is revealed and how a person changes. I would really very much like to discover that potential which is in me. I understand that this is a true miracle, and I participate in making this miracle come true.
Friends, the true miracle, the most powerful and the most real miracle, is what you and I see every day in a mirror. That's really the miracle. A human being. A human being is like fire and water, combined into one. These are an angel and the devil, being one and the same, but at the same time, remaining separate. It is the choice that a human makes as personality, who is half alive and half dead, inevitably alive and inevitably dead, and the choice of a human, his freedom of choice, which is given by the Lord God, is precisely the greatest miracle. I would say it is the greatest sign that God exists. Why? Because it is exactly a human who chooses whether to live or to suffer, whether to return as part of the spiritual world or to become part of the material world, to remain here. Can you imagine how truly merciful this is? Only a few can appreciate that. But it is the absence of violence in the right to choose, granted by God Himself, who, with just one thought of His, creates universes, not to mention worlds.
He wants a person himself to come to him by his own
And
love,
that is the value.
by means of love.
Of course, that is the value. That is the meaning of human existence. This is what humanity is created for. That is why we multiply. That's why we are here. There is no other goal. Yes, to multiply, to build a house, something else. But that's merely our way of life. That is, we are like birds. We nest and multiply. That's our inevitably dead part. But there's another part. An angel can be reborn from an ordinary bird, merely by our choice. Isn't that a miracle?
And another miracle, Igor Mikhailovich, is that by means of perception through feelings, you understand that a person, while not even being alive yet, let's put it so, being in that borderline state between the alive and the dead, has a chance and an opportunity to come into contact with the spiritual world.
The spiritual world.
It's a great miracle, while being here in the dead world, to have a unique chance to feel the world of God.
A unique opportunity. And most importantly, each of us, friends, everyone has this opportunity.
What is the greatest miracle a person can work?
He can please his Lord God and the whole spiritual world, the infinite number of angels, by becoming worthy among the worthy, to come to God's world as an equal is the greatest miracle. And I would say the very greatest, the utmost miracle, sort of to amplify that, is to serve the spiritual world, to become equal among archangels. After all, a human has an opportunity to become a bodhisattva here, to become not just an angel, but an archangel. This is really true. Look what a mercy of the Lord. Within a short human lifetime, a person is able to do a lot. This is given and open. Just take a step. Everything's available. Isn't that a miracle? It is a miracle.
Вот, поэтому,
So, this is why, speaking of myself, I don't know any greater miracle, but I also know that God is always around, and He is He gives us so many gifts as miracles, and everything that people dream about, not knowing what the true miracle is. Actually, God has even taken care of that, because He offers people. This is an offer from the spiritual world, such a format of society as the creative one. It is this format that all the prophets were spoken about, including the last prophet, the greatest of people, who even laid the foundations of such a society. And now, friends, the creative society, believe me, it will carry out not just your dreams of a house, your dreams of health, it will even implement those things which you don't even dream of. And I would also say that if anyone doesn't know about the creative society yet, we can actually work this miracle within 1 year for all people. And we don't even have to make much effort to do it. We should just learn about this and tell about it to your acquaintances, friends, everyone you know. and we can work this incredible miracle with our own hands for all people.
These are good words. Thank you very much. You know, when I recall New Year holidays, I'm always kind of going back to my childhood because, you know, how we waited for them tremblingly, the expectation of all those presents, of some kind of magic, really a New Year's miracle, it created a certain mood in us, a certain state in us. And now, adding to your words, I realize that probably the best gift that each of us can give to other people, or all other people, is love. As Igor Mikhailovich says, let us just love each other. And it will be really the best gift that we can make for each other, in the true sense, in the meaning of love. And of course, besides, as they say, inner human aspirations, besides the gifts of deep feelings, every person, as they say, wants to dress warmer and to live more comfortably and to eat more tasty food. For all of this, there is another gift. And it is, in fact, the creative society. We can give it to ourselves, we can gift it to our children, and we can gift it to our acquaintances and even to people who we don't know. I mean, these things, love and creative society, are interconnected with one another. And indeed, in this new year, we can gift one another and we can gift ourselves with both love and the creative society. And we really have everything for this. Well, as it is already known, the first step to the creative society has already been made. And even though this year was not an easy one for all humankind, but the participants of the Creative Society project managed to do the impossible. They actually managed to do the impossible, and they did it more than once. What does it say? It shows that we can do miracles ourselves, that it is in our power, that with God's help, with the help of people just like you and me, ordinary people, you can create miracle wherever you are.
What an excellent gift, friends. If you still don't know what to give to your family, friends, and acquaintances, give them with love the Creative Society project. Just tell them about this project, and you will see for yourselves. And people will be so grateful to you. It will be the best gift of their lives. It will implement all their dreams.
So, friends, thank you for this year, and thank you, despite the times we have like now, you're trying to bring a miracle into your lives and into other people's lives.